coming back. You know, they put drugs in the water, in the air. You know, the pharmaceutical industry. Those are drugs, man.
They call it the Food Drug Administration.
Right, the Food and Drug Administration.
Yep.
Right. So they the top drug dealers there is, man. And they love them some cocaine. You know, them you know, talk with you all them in Hollywood, they love them some cocaine, man.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Right. Now they give Jake crack, you know, that's like they add a little extra to it. I don't know the recipe, you know what I'm saying? but shit, what was it? Joe Biden's son.
Oh yeah. Well, Joe Biden. Remember, the Biden administration was pushing for a better administration of those needles and stuff like that to people that do, you know, the drugs and stuff. We forgot about that. You know.
We know it's one more verse here. Let me get that. Micah 2 and 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil. The family talking about Esau, Edom. Starting with the top, but you lean on down. All right, that's that family, whom the Lord has indignation with forever. You know.
Go on.
It says, do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks? Neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. You know, and that's one of the things that bring forth a downfall of a kingdom. You know, which is pride and haughtiness. Proverbs 16:18. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. You know, Esau Edom, he's proudly thinking that he can continue down this path of just taking shit, and ain't gonna never be no recompense. Scriptures tell you, man, that you reap what you sow. You know, so the chickens is coming home to roost, so to speak, man. You're gonna get a judgment.
And then this so like if I may, all right, the response from these other nations, man, are you know, left and right, you know, because you have some of these nations leaders, you know, demanded that the United States give a valid explanation of why they did that. You know what I mean? And then you have other countries like Russia. All right, they were pissed about that, man, because they have dealings with Venezuela, man, as far as the oil.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then some other business that they have down there, man. You know, but what America is doing over in Venezuela, man, is considered a war crime, man, on foreign territory.
Right.
You know, I forgot exactly the title of it.
You have a divide among Americans here now.
Mm-hmm.
You have veterans that's basically not supporting what just happened. So there's a big divide. Woo! It's getting good too.
It's getting kind of hectic. I don't know.
They did not provide any sort of evidence to support their claims. You know, they started off blowing up boats, but they didn't provide no evidence. And you know, the world can see that, man. You know, Esau getting sloppy with it. He used to really sell it. Mm-hmm. Now he like, man, look, we ain't got to do all that, man. Just go ahead and take it.
Yeah, because first those small hats was doing that over there to those Palestinians, right? Just attacking them and shit, with, you know, with no explanation, no valid explanation of why they were doing so. You know, but then now America, so like the world witnessed the small hats or Amalek over there doing that in Israel, right? Now they're witnessing America doing it to Venezuela, man. You know, so now these nations are like, look, all right, it's already obvious both of y'all are in cahoots, man, and y'all performing the same type of crimes, man. You know
what they're doing in Venezuela, they're doing in northern Nigeria as well.
I was going to say, did y'all mention that yet?
They're covered in that uranium.
I knew he was going to mention it. God, yeah. Go ahead.
Esau trying to build them 15-minute cities, you know, and they're ambushing the northern Nigeria as well, and they're trying to, you know, block off all the checkpoints, you know, and start these wars and create all this confusion. They're doing the same thing in Venezuela, man. That's Esau's MO, his method of operation.
Yeah, and he's tying up the global market, and he's sabotaging certain countries, you know, their profits and whatnot. So it's definitely breeding tension. And it's as a prophecy goes, that the Lord is he's mustering up the host, Isaiah 13, you know, and he's about to bring the nations against America and the small hats. All right, you got it.
I got the Habakkuk. Okay. All right, this is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Right. We set up to be watchmen, you know, unto the house of Israel. Watchmen in general, but primarily, you know, to the house of Israel. Okay, and we warning, we giving a warning that of impending danger, man, ahead. You know.
Yeah. The prophet said, "What am I if I be what? What it say?
I can
Read it again.
if it already be kindled.
No. This last line in the
Habakkuk 2 and 1.
just to add to what the brother just said. Go ahead.
It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
Yeah, he's waiting on the words of the Lord. He's waiting on what the Lord's going to say to him. Okay? Just like we waiting on what the Lord is saying to us. Because it ain't our message. You see? We ain't choosing sides. We're on the Lord's side. He's the only side you can be on without being destroyed. You know? You got it.
It says, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Right, because it's the Lord that does the correcting, all right, and directing. So he's reproving and correcting us, to deliver his message, all right, because we got one thing in our head, but the Lord, he got his plans. So he wants you to let it be known according to what, his will is, all right? You got it.
Verse 2, it says, and the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right. Plain upon tables, he's talking about the scriptures. Okay. That he may run that readeth it. We be running with that message, that we was given in the form of prophecy. Okay. And we come to the highways and hedges, all right, to proclaim it boldly, that prophecy is being fulfilled, in these last days and times. You got it. And the last two key prophecies prior to the Lord's return is the M.A.R.K. the beast being established, all right, in World War III, which you see both of those culminating right now. You got it.
Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right, the prophecy speaking loud and clear, but those who have ears to hear, it's jumping off the pages, man. We could see it plain as day. Where it's headed, when the apostles was first bringing that out about the M.A.R.K. the beast being a chip, we can clearly see that's the case now, how they forwarding, be it a digital, it's a digital currency that they digitizing everything, man. It's age of AI. Okay, you got it.
Hey, real quick, because it's funny that you mentioned the AI, because these are things. When you go into it is for an appointed time. The word appointed means a scheduled time. See, we were telling you, the prophets were telling you, all right, for years, starting with the apostles, decades of certain things that were going to occur, certain events. Things take time, man. You can't. The scriptures say, whoever go to war their own terms. Who's going at this thing instantly? It takes time for these things to happen, and we've watched this world get to that point. Because y'all people didn't think that war was going to be the way that it was. It was always, skirmishes or, rumors. But now, they having videos about Venezuela being attacked right now by America, man. And people didn't, people don't understand that it really, like you just said a minute ago, it's actually going to be, like a cascading thing.
Yeah, it's accelerating other events. And bringing forth other prophecies and lining certain prophecies up.
Yep, there you go.
Civil unrest.
and all these things were set for that preset, scheduled, appointed time.
I got a preset for you. Just right to your point. You ain't on right now?
I got the one that you quoted right
Oh yeah, you got it.
The one that the elder quoted 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 7, and it reads, "Who goeth a warfare any time at his own charges."
The brother mentioned AI. That wasn't a thing for a minute, but we told you that things were going to accelerate, things were going to, quote unquote, evolve. When we seen the AI, we it was broken down that the word artificial intelligence goes back to the word artificer. That's where you get the word artificial intelligence from. Then the scriptures line up with that when the Lord shall awake, then shall he despise the image of the what is it, Son of Man, or not the Son of Man?
Of her.
Esau. What do they call Esau?
It's to despise her image. This is the Psalms.
Yeah. If my brother want to get it real quick, because I don't want to butcher it.
Psalm 73.
But we like, like the brother said, these certain things that lined up, these certain prophecies lined up, and we helped, show that way of how things were going to, like an algorithm,
Yeah.
But now it's actually happening. Y'all people don't understand the depth, the gravity or the huge mistakes that your leader is making right now.
Yeah, you got people saying like you got a month and a half to kind of prep for what's about to come, because you're gonna have more generated crises, and then that's gonna give Esau the reason to crack down more, especially on online platforms. Did a lesson about that tokenization thing that you came out with last week, and it's very important that you understand what the elite are doing. Their governments about to start regulating online content.
Well, that's why.
Okay, like it's real world type thing. It's gonna be them regulating what you say and possibly punish. No, not possibly. They're gonna punish you according to what you're saying online. So things are definitely on the verge of change.
Right, and it's gonna be quick too. They got 6G. They make it in real time to where you post something, they get you the same day.
That's why you stream. Because streaming is on their servers. It's real time editing, so they can change it or do whatever they want.
Right. Oh, I got that precept for you. What you said about the appointed time. How everything has certain things that have to happen before the next thing happens. This is 2 Ezra 4 and 37. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
Everything has a time and a place. We, the men of the Lord, want the end of this place, but it takes things to happen first. Yahweh Shai said that he said that these things must come to pass. They have to, certain things have to happen first, maybe before, if you just wake up the next day and everything is destroyed, you're not going to understand why. So.
I got a term of that we use. It's called gradualism, right? That's one way you can describe what's happening here, because it's happening gradually in stages. This is the Merriam-Webster definition of the word gradualism. It says the policy of approaching a desired end by gradual stages.
Yeah, they did it slow enough because they know you people have, you're very easy to get the best of and make comfortable. So they did it in a gradual process to where you're going to catch on what they're doing. Now you get, like the brother said, you got certain people making platforms specifically to warn you, like you got so and such long,
Yeah.
And y'all don't even see it.
Yeah, something's bound to happen now. He's leaving America open for all type of stuff. But that's just another justification. That's another justification of more crackdowns, martial law. So, and I said during the live, I said, man, don't be surprised, man, if this thing starts immediately, And the scriptures talk about the birth pains, so you got it, bro.
And then with that gradualism, the definition brother brought out, that's how the Lord, takes down the place too. I believe in the Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter, about the old land in Canaan. With those heathens being there prior to us coming to the land, the Lord overthrew them little by little. He had to let their wickedness be fulfilled. Like he had to let that sad measure of their wickedness get to the point where it was time to expel them. And that's what the Lord is doing with Esau. He gearing them up for that indictment.
I'm going back to that Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, and it reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and not lie.
Hey, you had this dude, this dude on the Dave Chappelle Netflix. I gotta say it. He made the comment about, he goes, I know at this time there's a lot of uncertainty in that a lot of you feel like there's there's a conspiracy going on. He said the one people that you should not listen to in this time are the ones that know they're sure about what's going on. Like this is crazy, man. Something has to be going on. Why would he say that? Because something's coming. Something that we've been telling you for a long time was coming, and it's finally here. I used to read the Romans 13, or was it 11 and 13? Now is our salvation more than ever. We used to read that all the time in the beginning,
Yeah.
But now, and we used to say it's coming. But now we're at that point where we can say, man, like we told you, we warned you, and now it's here.
Reading on, it says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Right. It means it ain't gonna delay. What they say in the Christian church, the Lord ain't always there when we want him, but he always on time. It's everything on the Lord timing, man, and it's perfect timing. It may seem like to us in this flesh that it's tarrying, but that's where patience come into play. Let your patience have perfect work. It's perfect work. And we there now, though. So you got it.
Habakkuk 2 and 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Right. Esau's soul is lifted up in pride, and it's not upright in him. You see, because he lives for wickedness, man. The scripture says he don't even sleep unless he calls something to fall. That's his whole. And he got to live by wickedness and by the sword in order to sustain his life. That's what Isaac told him. He said his blessing is going to be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, and by the sword shall he live. Live means to sustain his life. So him going to Venezuela, going to Nigeria, going to all these different places is what he has to do to stay afloat. But ultimately, the end thereof, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yeah, he has to fuck over you, man. Excuse me, French. He has to screw, the rest of the civilization, the society.
Right. But you would think, like, even with that being the case, like, you would get satisfied at some point. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I did enough. I didn't took everything I probably could do. Let me just sit back and, But you like, no, because really when you go about it doing it that way, now you're paranoid. Now you got to make sure that you get back. Nobody come back for they get back. So that's why Esau, he's trying to get that uranium, so he can build up his army even more, his nuclear forces. He's trying to go into Venezuela to get that oil because everything runs off of oil. So they need as much of that as possible.
Well, it's to keep America dominant.
Right.
As the superpower. We're gonna, I can't remember what, like the powerhouse.
Yeah, because the switch is coming. That the BRICS have dropped the dollar. There's certain countries that don't deal with the dollar no more. So they're advancing, and they're just taking their piece in the world of the pie. And that's going to cause conflict, not just with their enemies, but also with their allies. See? And that's why a lot of people are like, oh, wait a minute, what's being done? This is like outside the realm of playing fair. They're not even playing fair no more.
Right.
So really, what they've done is it's really a blow to themselves, because now you're coming into a time where you're going to have complete division even among your home, your domestically. The people ain't gonna like it, because what? Esau, I'll just say the chief house of Esau, Edom, which is the Rothschilds or the Amalekites, whatever you want to call them. All right. Now they're trying to basically block everybody out so that they can take over everything. And that's just not going to bode well with those who, these other superpowers, because the Lord going to put the spirit on them to say, hey, hell no. Right. We not allowing this imperialist, push on the world.
Right.
Because so they can stay afloat.
For the longest, it's been a unipolar world, dominated by one superpower, America. And they want to stay afloat. They want to stay in power. Like Trump said, his slogan, "Make America Great Again," is really make America dominant again. Because they see that their dominance has been waning. and it's becoming more of a multipolar world with other countries getting involved and getting their share of the pie. Esau, he can't have that. He's so demented in his mind when he see other nations prosper and starting to come up. Esau he get nervous about that. He's like, oh shit, it's getting too even. I want to, he want to be top dog. He's the ultimate narcissist.
And that's a fulfillment of the prophecy of Genesis 27th chapter, where it speaks about by his sword shall he live. That's his way of sustaining life, is by subduing and conquer, or no, I ain't gonna say conquering, man. Colonizing, rape, robbing, and murdering, man. Pillaging land, and doing it in a wicked way.
And go back to the Habakkuk, it's gonna address those.
Yeah, everybody know in the world stage that the American empire is done for. And what's happening is they're trying to allocate more power, expand more power, because they know they're being blocked out. They know they're being they're not the world reserve anymore. So yeah, it's a push, and that's just a conflict. That's why they're trying to. Well, yeah, it's a lot to it. But go ahead, bro.
Verse 5 of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, it says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine.
Which is his philosophy. All right. In other words, it's his ideals, his plans that he's putting into place. All right. He's transgressing. So and part of that is what he's doing now. His philosophy when it comes to foreign policy, when it comes to war, extrajudicial killings and all of that type of stuff without no evidence, killing people without no evidence, taking people's resources, all of this type of stuff. So he's transgressing by his wine, even more now. Go ahead.
No judicial process.
Yeah, no. What do you call it? Damn.
Because if they really funneling drugs, you're supposed to.
When you have to be tried, due process. Yeah. So no due process. So they're breaking all the rules right now, and they're doing it because, well, they the big dog. And the scriptures say who can make war with the beast. So yeah, you got it, bro.
It says, verse 5, Habakkuk 2 and 5, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell,
right,
and is as death.
Right, so he has an insatiable appetite. It can never be quenched, and it's just like death. So the more he takes over, the more death and destruction in the world. All right, he can't have enough. And that's where the Lord is going to put the spirit on these nations and wake up the kings. Somebody get Isaiah 14,
Did you want that?
Isaiah 14, where it says, Shalom.
Isaiah 14?
Yeah. The dead.
God. This is the book Isaiah, the 14th chapter and the 9th verse. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee.
Yep, that's what it's going to say. It. Go ahead.
Even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Yeah. So those are the nations, the heathen nations who are being raised up. Okay. Because now they got to put it in. They got to say, man, somehow we got to do something. Because if we don't stop them, then they're just going to take. They're going to take what they want. So something is going to happen, which the Lord is going to stir up the host. He's going to stir up that spirit among them. So it's and then when they cease from spoiling, that's when this place going to be spoiled. You see.
Verse 10 of Isaiah 14, it says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
Yeah.
Thy pomp is brought down to the grave.
Yeah, because America's going to be basically, this ain't nothing but a desperate show of power. They have to show their power, but they ain't got no power. And very shortly you're going to see that, damn, that was a mistake, because they're not really ready for the response that's going to take place. But the elite, they have to they have to actually keep going and taking peace from the earth, sabotaging, and so they can get rid of the American democratic process. You see, get rid of elections and bring in a dictator. You know, so that's all in favor of what they want to do as well. You know, so when you look at them moving the way they move in their foreign policy, it's only because they're actually through with the American process. They don't care what happens to this place, as long as they can establish, you know, they just Gestapo their troops and bring in this new technology. All right, you got it.
Verse 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. Mm-hmm. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Meaning that this place is corroding from the inside out. You know, it's corrupt. It's corruption. You know, like you got, you know, with carpentry, if you got dead wood on the inside, wormholes and you know, that's dead wood. You gotta break up everything and get rid of it. You know, and that's the only way this place is gonna be taken out. You gotta get rid of it. And that's what they're at least they're gonna decide that. You know, the Lord's gonna put it on their spirit to decide that.
You know what? Enough of this.
Yeah.
Enough of America.
Yeah, it also speaks about their gold and silver being corrupted. I believe that's James, the 5th chapter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the elites. All right, reading on, Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Yeah, and it's just dealing with the elite. As they call themselves the illuminated ones. And Lucifer, that's not dealing with Satan. That's dealing with light bearer. That's literally what it goes back to, being a light bearer. And the Illuminati is the light bearers of our time, of this age. Okay? You got it.
They got deep secrets.
Mm-hmm.
But it says, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the grave, which didst weaken the nations?
When it says cut down to the grave, it's symbolic for a fall. All right? A fall from grace, a fall from power. All right? Which it explains that on many different occasions in the Bible. All right? Prophecies. All right? So this place is gonna get bad here in America. And the elite, they already sold out America, and they don't care if this place goes on any longer. All right? The plan was to destabilize it, sabotage it, and then, you know, bring in these different measures they're going to, the beast system. All right? You got it.
Isaiah 14:13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Yeah, you got to understand the end goal. The end goal is for this man to establish a pseudo kingdom of his own, all right, a pseudo blessing, okay, because he lost that blessing, okay, here in the earth. That's the end game. So, and the scripture says it's in his heart that his house continue forever. I think it's Psalms 49:11. You know, so that's ultimately that's the end goal, the end game. All right, and how is he going to do that? How is he going to make sure his house goes on forever? Well, he's going to allocate everything to himself, or he's going to expand. He's going to create a system to where that's the only system that you're going to be able to use to survive. All right, and anybody saying they're independent, well, you're not going to last outside of that system. That's the thing that he's creating. Okay, go ahead.
In Isaiah 14:13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Right, and they're saying that. They're saying that loud, proud, openly. All right, that they want to become gods. Okay, they want to transcend through what? Technology, through the means of machinery and connecting biology with machinery. Okay, and all the science that backs all of that. Okay, so that's how they want to become a god. All right, and it's blatant. Okay, all of these leaders, that's what they're on board for that new world order. And everybody that's following them, they understand that's what it's going to take to have an everlasting, somewhat of an everlasting kingdom. Okay, don't get it twisted. This has always been about the blessing. This has always been about Jacob versus Esau. Fuck all that other stuff, you know? Yeah, and it could be confusing as far as the war is concerned, but just understand that this is only going to predicate more of isolation for the state of the state of the small hat, all right, the little hatters, and the daughter of Babylon. Okay.
Yeah, because you had, if I may, you had the leader of the state of Israel. He said he used this attack on Venezuela to threaten Iran. You know, he said the Iranians, you know, you better take note because that could happen to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because that's one of the top targets of the little hats. You know, is to get at Iran, because they've been set up as, you know, a staple in the Middle East to dominate those countries over there. You know, while America, you know, is aiding them in that process, and so they in bed together.
They got this place by the balls. They got all the politicians by the balls.
Right,
you know,
under that black
so
man.
that's why it's being done. Everything is being done the way it's being done. Amalek is taking over. You know, y'all got it.
God, Isaiah 14:13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the heavenly Father. I will sit also upon the mount of the
Who
congregation.
the stars of the heavenly Father? The children of Israel. Okay. All right, and it tell you that in Genesis when Joseph had the vision. Okay. And he want to sit in the sides of the north, he says? Oh, I'm sorry.
It says, I will also sit upon, it's like I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Right, that's right. And they occupied, not only did they occupy the land, but they occupied the Lord's people. You know? So they and that's Ezekiel 36. Okay? They have it, what, through the spitefulness, they, yeah, how it goes. Isaiah 36 and 6.
Cast it out for a prayer.
Yeah, to cast it out for a prayer. You got it. Yeah, but this is a means to an end. You know? So what we're seeing culminate, all right, and happen is beautiful. Actually, it's beautiful. You know?
Reading on, Isaiah 14:14, it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Yeah. And that's definitely for sure daughter of Babylon, which is aka America. All right, there's another name for America, the daughter of Babylon, because this is the main hub of Esau's, you know, witchery, witchcraft, and oppression. All right, you got it.
But it says, verse 16, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof?
Right, because you're going to be brought down, all right? Okay, because Esau is the one that's doing all of this, all right? Nobody else. Esau is the one that's, you know, he has that imperialist, you know, prowess across the earth, all right? And it says this is the man, okay? Because it's going to be known in the future, like, man, this was the man that was doing all this, you know? Go ahead.
But it says that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners.
Right, and opened not the house of his prisoners. And that's here. That's the tribes is his prisoners. Okay. The tribes are his prisoners, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house.
Yeah, I mean, and that's dealing with the future, so you can cut that. What else we have?
We was going into the Habakkuk.
You want to read verse 9?
Yeah, it's a lot more.
You guys got it.
You got something, bro?
Ezekiel verse.
Well, I got want to go with what you just read. Real quick, Jeremiah 50 and starting at 22 says, "A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction." Talking about World War III. You know, rumors of wars and rumors of wars. That's the times we live in. But it's going from a rumor to reality. You know, right before our eyes. It says, verse 23, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" You know, and Babylon has been a hammer of the whole earth. You know, the bully of the earth. You see, they've been using their power, you know, to allocate wealth unto themselves. You know, so they can stay afloat. You know, so they can sit there nest on high. You know.
You had these, times, you know, like with Saddam Hussein, Bin Laden, Gaddafi, JFK, or John F. Kennedy. You know, well, let's not put it that. These other ones, you know, found out when they were trying to convert to gold, back to a gold standard, letting gold be the dominant commodity on the planet. America would find out, and you know that's why Esau went and did what he did, killed him, assassinated him. Then you had, you know, like the thing with Saudi Arabia. What was it, Saudi Arabia last year, backing away from that 10-year treaty they had with America, with the, you know, based off the petrodollar. You know, you had these things where, you know, these little hits, these moves that the world saw, and it was like, oh shit, you know. Over time, though, it kind of became a statement. These nations have now got to a point where they're looking at each other like, we don't need this guy, you know. But it's also making this thing of like, you know, the world is knowing, like, you know, I don't know how to say it. Like, no, like, go ahead and read that precept real quick, one more time.
Jeremiah 50 and 23. "How is the hammer of the whole earth?"
How is the hammer of the whole earth broken? It was, again, through the process of time. These little moves, you know, these little punches that was done to America, because nobody back in the day would have dared to try to go against America, you know, the standard that they had set, or any of their policies and this and that. But these nations over the time started doing little shit. You know, the scriptures talk about how, what is that in Obadiah? You go and get it too. They that were confederate with thee, you know, have deceived thee. Again, at a point in time, no nation would ever did this. But it started with them. Let's try this. Let's try that. Now you got it to the point. You know, you got Russia and China. You know, the two main you know, powers that are, you know, standing up against the bully. You know, I'm pretty sure Mexico is in there. You know, Canada is the whole thing with the tariffs. Y'all need to realize with the tariffs, you know, fuck you Americans. You know, it's bad for y'all. But these little things now became a thing to where it was shown that, like, oh shit, it actually did a little damage to those guys. Those guys being Esau. Oh shit, it actually has an effect. This guy has, you know, tried to present himself like he's a god this whole time. Gods don't bleed, but this guy does. You know, these moves, backing away from the dollar, you know, taking, you know, certain resources and moving them over here, keeping them away from Esau. It affects. It shows that, you know what, this guy isn't the superior, supreme entity of the universe. You know, that's how the hammer gets broke. Ultimately, the hammer goes going to be through World War III. You know, and the Yahweh shall ultimately destroy this place. You know, but you know, at one point in time, the force of America was fully, you know, implemented on this place. Now it ain't. You know, have we become as weak as we? Hast thou become as weak as we? You know.
I got the Obadiah. Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor of the Lord, an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle.
Go, you can bring that up.
Well, this prophecy is concerning Esau Edom. You know, heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye, let us rise up against her in battle. It's like the elder said earlier. You know, the Lord going to put it on the minds of these different kings to rise up against America. That's why the scripture says the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. You know, as rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So, and Esau, he's forcing their hand pretty much. You know,
He's pissing them off, man, because he's trying to corner. When Esau feels when Esau feels threatened, he attacks. That's his violence. That's his sword reacting. You know,
Reactionary.
Yep. And so it's pissing these nations off, because I mean, like at one point in time too, the people, even I believe this shit that you know, certain, you know, El Chapo, you know, or what's this guy's name from Cuba?
Noriega.
No.
Chavez.
No.
Castro?
There you go. saying this dude was like, you know, part of a drug ring, sex trafficking, all this type of stuff. It was unbelievable. But now, like, you saying it in this time that, you know, going back to the Venezuela thing, saying that this dude, that the president is engaging in trafficking and, you know, illegal drugs and all this, like, come on, man. Like, that's what you say about Jake on a daily basis. Like, you think we gonna believe it now this time?
Yeah, and it's that's how Esau rolled.
Yeah.
He'll lie about something. You don't have to have no truth or evidence backing it. You can just lie and do whatever you want to do in the world.
But
you know, and the scriptures talk about the lying tongue. So yeah, this man is outrageous.
The information is getting back to these people now. The heathen are hearing it. You know, they're hearing what you say about me? You know, so it's pissing them off. That's why, you know, you got scriptures like with the kings of the Medes. You know, Esau is pissing these people, these heathen nations off, man, because, you know, he wants to keep that dominant power, you know, going. You know, but it's gonna fail. It's gonna fall.
It's gonna fail.
Obadiah 1:2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Yeah, and that's what's happening. And that's specifically Amalek, okay? In the top Edomite nations, all right? So the Lord is making them despised among all the other nations. And let me tell you, I mean, based on what they're doing, yeah, I would hate them too. You know? Yeah, you know. Go ahead. Yeah, I would hate them too.
Exactly.
But also too, they because the scriptures, it's a prophecy dealing with how the nation's going to come against Israel, and all the nations going to come against Israel in the latter time. And they're actually trying to force that upon the nation. You know, so they want to make it seem like they're fulfilling prophecies, but they're not. You know, what they're doing is generating hate. You know, with all of this, it's a psychological operation that they're playing. But the ones that you know that have all the enemies against them is us. Okay, but if you just don't see it, it's just being covertly done. All right, on a political level. All right. They making laws and stuff that actually come after us, and they've been doing that. You know? I think it's Zechariah 14, if I'm not mistaken. You got it, bro.
Obadiah 1:3. The pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, he shall bring me down to the ground.
Because that's Esau.
Yep. This devil thought he would be able to do this forever. Like you could just be oppressive, an asshole on the earth for eternity, man. That's what you thought.
That's his new order agenda.
Yeah.
That's his excellency.
Yeah. To be a complete asshole and to completely oppress everybody.
Yeah. His inward thought. I don't know if y'all brought that out.
Yeah,
His
I
inward thought.
quoted it. Yeah.
Yep.
That his house shall continue forever.
Yep.
It says, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Yep. So when you reach a certain peak, all right, the Lord's going to bring you down.
Yep.
All right, and the Lord's been bringing you down. You see, you reach that level, what, in the late 60s? Okay.
1969.
So late 60s, you know, when you're doing this, you putting on this, you perpetrating and you doing this space voyage, all right? You going to the moon and all that, but really that was for your intel, so you can put up satellites and all of that, you know?
Yeah, because you know you can't get up there.
No, you can't get up there. That was just another way of you being able to have a one-up on other nations, you know, and be able to spy on nations and look in their backyard, so to speak, you know? So you were putting yourself up as a guy, because only the Lord knows that much. He knows, you know, he knows what everybody has, because he has eyes all over the earth, you know?
And that's the trait of an eagle too. You know, it's high, it goes up high, but it can see, it got good eyesight where it can see down below. You know, so it's likened to an eagle.
We'll understand if you need it.
It says verse 5, Obadiah 1 and 5.
My phone is on 37%.
Okay.
Obadiah 1 and 5. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? If would they not have stolen till they have had enough?
Keep going.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
But what he say? He's gonna say he's gonna make Esau a bear, because the Lord ain't gonna leave nothing. You know, you have in the ancient world they call it gleaning. The gleanings of the grapes that you leave for the poor. The Lord is just using that as an analogy to say, look, you ain't leaving nothing left of this people. Because they transgressed above and beyond. They blasphemed above and beyond. They put themselves up as the Most High. They turned against the Most High, right? And they cut off his people. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
It says verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
Right, that's the Lord. The scripture said that the Lord will uncover your secrets. So while y'all sitting there scratching your head like, damn, how they figured it out? Well, dummy, there's an eye in the sky that you didn't consider. You know, you didn't consider the Heavenly Father. All right. So everything that came out on you, it's just the Spirit of the Lord working against you. Right. You see? Go ahead.
It says, verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even unto the border.
That's your allies. Okay. So the Lord's going to make, and your allies hate you. You see, America's allies hate America, man.
Yep.
Because of all the sabotaging, all the being the bully. How you say it? You say it, bully
Bully on the block.
Bully.
Oh,
You say it a certain way. You know, bully. Yeah, bully. You being the big bully. You know, the head honcho. And you so full of your fucking self and so full of pride, you don't consider the allies that you got around you. So you shit on them, you overstep boundaries, you do all type of evil, wicked shit even to your own allies. And guess what? They gonna say, the hell with that. We got to take these people out, because they're stopping at nothing and taking over everything, sabotaging everything, fucking up the global market, you know, freezing up the global market, because motherfucker said the hell with the world reserve currency, which was the dollar at one point. Rick said get rid of it. China said get rid of it. All these other nations that's dealing with them, they said get rid of it. All right. So it's just a desperate, and what we're seeing for Esau is desperation on a level that we've never seen before, because he gotta regain that power. He has to regain that power, but the Lord has exposed you. So now, everybody can see you for who you truly are. Rapists, robbers, evil, wicked, because the scriptures say...
Get that in Ecclesiasticus 10.
And then John 10 and 10 say, what, the thief cometh not but
Yep,
to
steal, kill, and destroy.
Yep. So, dude, you're in a quagmire. You're in, yeah, you ain't no escaping. You know, ain't no way to save face neither.
Yeah.
You know.
I got the book of St. John, chapter 10, verse 10. And it reads, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Yeah, you know, and the scriptures say you should know them by their fruits. All right, so this is the time where the wicked is being revealed on a level that we've never seen before. There is nothing that this devil is doing that is not being revealed. What you got, bro?
When's the best time? When's the best time to steal something too? At night, when nobody thinks you're watching. A lot of these times on these holidays, you know, there were laws passed that took more away of your people's rights, or that did something to another nation. You know, but so again, what was that? What's that famous scripture? Dude like to quote all the time: "The beast shall hate the horde." You got these you got like you said, the allies. You got these heathens starting to hate Esau because now they're realizing, man, like, damn, we just got fucked over. They just did some shit. Well, what did you say in your video about Venezuela? They wanted to readjust the deal about the whole oil reserve that they had, and Esau was like, no, y'all already made a deal with us back however long ago. You know, we just have the better end, and y'all got the shit end. You know, but Esau's fine with that and thinks it could make complete sense to keep them in that fucked up deal. You know. But that's why Venezuela, Russia has their back, So everybody's coming to find out that Esau is, what he is. He's a thief, a liar.
Yeah, the American Edomites is something. The American Edomite, the JOOs and the American Edomite, them are the most proudest.
Yeah, definitely.
You got different. You got different tribes of Esau. The JOOs and the American ones, them motherfuckers, they the top honcho.
Kind of quick precept to back you up.
What's that? They look is more stout than they fellows.
Yeah.
So real quick, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 24 in the NLT. It says, the wicked are proud and haughty. They act with boundless arrogance.
See? Damn.
They should put Trump big forehead ass right there. They should put that nigga right there. Gotta highlight that in orange. Go ahead.
That was good.
Yeah, get that Ecclesiasticus.
This is the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha.
Somebody get Habakkuk too.
Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 10 and verse 8. And it reads, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yeah. So Esau's, that's his characteristics. This is the reason why he's going to get taken out of the way, because he's an unruly ruler. Yeah, exactly. He's an unruly ruler, man. He don't belong in he's a child.
Yeah.
He doesn't belong in rulership position. You see? Here it is, you sending money, billions and trillions of dollars elsewhere, but your own people in your own country is dying and starving. A nigga just died because he couldn't pay for his inhaler and he paid for his fucking rent. This nigga out of there. They locked up my man Luigi for what he did,
CEO.
For murking the CEO because this shit is corrupt. They stealing and scamming on your own fucking people. You got to make them pay all this fucking money to get fucking healed, and then you have a poverty gap that you're creating. You're creating a wealth. You're creating a wealthy and a fucking poor. And then the poor is shit out of luck that they can't get no type of aid.
And it's crazy because
that's why they made that movie John Q. That's all it was about. His fucking son's heart. Like, damn, bitch. I can't get my son healed. I gotta have all this type of insurance. That shit is wicked. That's why I hate filling out that insurance shit. I hate filling out any fucking paperwork when it comes to that.
Gotta be the requirements.
And then give you
Yeah, above the poverty. You're nigga. I'm a little bit above the poverty line. Not even. You still poverty. Right, $2.
you above the poverty.
You know, you got to make a certain amount a month. If you make something, one little thing over that motherfucking month, you can't even get assistance or something like that. Esau's the fucking devil, man.
And he shouldn't be in rulership.
He shouldn't be in rulership.
That nigga should be in a pine box.
Well, first and foremost, we shouldn't even be doing prescriptions and anything like that. No fucking way. Gad and Reuben, they lived off the fucking herbs. You brought in medicine for money. And the Rothschilds did that.
To monopolize. Then they brought in that plastic shit.
That was, yep. Tavistock, the Tavistock Institution was just from Germany, but they built their
School, universities.
school university off of the goddamn I want to say out there in them damn witches and warlocks in fucking Spain, because they came and brought that shit here, you know. And then from Germany, the Tavistock Institute, now they got the CDC, what is it?
Center
The
of
Central,
Disease
Center of Central Disease Control, whatever. You know.
And the WHO.
Yep, the World Health Organization.
Yeah,
Why they just prescription, pills.
Yeah.
That's why these people gonna fucking lose it. That's why when these people don't get their insulin, when these people don't get their medications, these people gonna lose their fucking mind, man. And they gonna be coming after the doctors, the lawyers, the nurses, anybody they see that had something to do with it, or any person in that field.
Politicians.
Yeah, politicians, those that pass the bill for people. Look all that shit up. People look up the bills. People look up who was involved in it.
Hell yeah.
They look up to all of them. They look like who voted for it.
Yeah.
People look all that shit up. Edomites do.
Yeah.
Edomites do.
Because they know that's their world. They know how to navigate their world.
Those that's gonna really rise the fuck up and really do a lot of damage is gonna be the Edomites, because they know. See, Jake, we've been in poverty. We don't even know you know niggas in the world. They don't know the details of this and that and all that. We're in the information age, so a lot, some things is being publicized through social media. But for the most part, what the scriptures say that the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. You know, so that's why they gonna rise up and they gonna tear some shit up. You take a crack of law away,
Oh yeah, you gonna pay for it.
It's over with. A patriot. Go ahead. Who got something?
He still got that Ciroc.
Go ahead with the Ciroc.
Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yep.
So I went on chat, right? And I typed in, I put that scripture in there. And this is what it says from our perspective. It says, this verse explains why empires rise and fall. Kingdoms do not collapse by accident. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, removes rulership from one nation and gives it to another because of unrighteous dealings, which are unjust laws, corruption, hypocrisy, injuries.
Through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper. So he got to do some manipulative shit so he can justify himself on putting something in that's going to oppress the world.
Who is it? Jacob Rockefeller.
Somebody get Micah 2:1.
In 2020 kind of sparked that. He going after old people, going after Jake, and then you look 5 years later, he's going after Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom. So this dude is on attack mode.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. It says injuries, oppression, violence, exploitation of people, riches got by deceit, meaning slavery, theft, fraud, war profiteering.
Yeah.
So it says, when these sins reach their limit, the Heavenly Father ultimately transfers power.
That's it. And that's where we at. That's why we want these prophecies to happen. We want him to continue doing that, because that's a receipt.
Yeah.
You know, that's his works is going up to the heavens, so we can get the kingdom. Because all this happened because the Israelites have to get the kingdom to heaven. That promise has to be met that the Lord promised thousands of years ago. So this is where we at in time. Basically, we're at the end of it.
Micah 2.
You'll get that Micah 2 and get Matthew 24. These are all basic precepts, man, that we can continuously get, because we have continuously situations going on in the world where we can put the prophecy in it. So how is the truth stagnant or boring? It ain't prospering. Wherever you look, you can find a precept.
Yep. And really, you're supposed to be waiting on you're supposed to be being occupied in prophecy.
Pieces of shit.
Waiting on the prophecies to come.
It's stagnant, but men are still going out there on the highways and byways and got something to say.
Yeah.
We still got something to say.
Waters of living. I mean,
Yep.
rivers of living water.
Yep.
Waters.
New precepts get discovered. New details of them.
Yep. New understanding.
Pieces of shit, man. You fucking sellouts, man.
More of prophecy gets like uncovered.
Right.
Yeah, become more clear. Be made more clear.
Go ahead, up.
All right, this is the book of Micah. The second chapter in the first verse is titled "Woe to Oppressors," or Judgment Against Wealthy Oppressors. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
So, a device, or when you devise something, is something that is slick, something that is deceitful. Okay, you had to sit down and think of a deceitful plan, you know, to carry out.
I went into that word devise in the blue letter, Strong's H2803, hashab. It says to think, plan, calculate.
See, I just said calculate it. They make movies, 9/11. They tell you what they finna do. They already calculate. They didn't already simulated it.
Right.
It was already simulated. They didn't already did it over and over from notes and paperwork and demons and spirits. Then they put it in a movie. Let's see how it'll look in a movie. And then they do it in the fucking reality.
See the reaction.
There was that movie, Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
They had that lever, and they pulled it and came up with events.
It's a machine state. A machine state is like you said, pull a lever. Okay, 9/11. So what's gonna come forth from 9/11? We're gonna bomb the buildings. We're gonna take the buildings out. We're gonna blame somebody, right? Then when we blame somebody, we're going to get all our troops with propaganda and people in the United States to go over there for no reason and get killed and murdered, adding up more demons to the fucking sacrifice. We're going to steal their oil. We're going to kill their leader. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to pass laws so we can oppress them and surveillance them. They didn't kill two birds with one stone. You know? We're going to create the TSA, all right? And now we're going to have a scare alert. Look, it's tracked over every fucking angle. Now it's a scare alert of Arabs or terrorists that they may blow some shit up, you know? Now they finna oppress the Arabs. They ain't got shit to do with it. Acme and them getting their ass hemmed up for no fucking reason.
Ice at the shawarma spot.
You know what I'm saying? They unwrapping their wraps and everything. Kicking them in their ass like a motherfucker. They oppressing this shit. You know what motherfucking Ishmael went through after 9/11? Them niggas was they was on the hit list.
Yeah.
Jake was racist towards them.
Right. How you racist towards the Ishmaelites? Nigga.
Saying, nigga. Hey,
Esau's a motherfucker. He covered a lot with that 9/11, bro. He brought in laws. He went and took another. He took their resource over there. He got motherfuckers. It's a fear thing too.
Yeah.
People were scared to get on planes. You know,
psychological.
it was a psychological.
Yeah. And he did that one good. He was well thought out because they still took him a while to really figure out that was a whole
Calculated. Well, no, not really, because the witchcraft been gone. If we think about the witchcraft been gone, no, people that day knew that it was lying. It's a documentary. It was the documentary. They said, nigga, what the news said that shit was they deleted all the footage.
Yeah. And then that other one that the building was Tower 7 that just fell like
Yeah, ain't nothing hit that motherfucker. They just bombed it. They pulled it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pull it.
No, the two other.
Yeah. No, it's like.
No. The point I was just making, like, it's like they putting less of an effort now. You know what I'm saying? They just blowing up both saying, oh, they.
Yeah. They don't care no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say sloppy. Esau just don't give a fuck.
You got me.
You got me. All right, do something. Like that Joshua shit. That's a clear sacrifice. Like you killed your niggas. Them niggas headless in that motherfucker. They just don't give a fuck. They don't care no more. They being sloppy on purpose. Not even on purpose. The Lord just haven't been just doing it. It's like we just catching it. How about that? The Lord has people with another eyesight. Even Esau and other people in the world, they seeing like, wait a minute, that's a lie. That's bullshit. So that's his power being taken away, but he's still able to, dominate with that power too. Cause like who can make war with the beast? Ain't nobody touching Babylon, man. The Lord has to do it. The Lord has to put the spirit on the nations to do it. The scripture wouldn't say what it say.
Right.
Who can make war with the beast?
That's what we was talking about earlier.
Yeah, who can make war with the beast, man? Them motherfuckers ain't trying to do shit with Babylon and Israel, man.
Too much because they know they're gonna use nuclear.
Yeah.
They
Who can make war with the beast? That's why the Lord got to put the spirit on them.
Yeah, because who can make war with the beast individually, but collectively, when the Lord put the spirit on them all together,
Yeah.
then it's a wrap.
Yeah, and it's funny because, but the Lord was like, he was making it actually happen to where they would have to use the extreme, weaponry to actually take this place down.
Yeah.
After 2021 or 2001, you had just the next year you had what they call a nuclear posture review, when they said they were going to use nuclear weapons preemptively, and they weren't going to use nothing. They were going to use nuclear weapons to do preemptive striking.
Yeah.
So that was put in foreign policies right after 2001, right after that thing happened. So that was lining the war front up for where they can use nuclear missiles and stuff.
And then the Amalekites, they got the Samson option. So if anybody come against them, they can just annihilate everybody.
Yeah, so they got to figure out how they're going to come against it, and that's the Lord's doing. They got to come against this place somehow, some way, because if you don't stop them, they're going to take over everything. You got it.
Going back to Micah chapter 2 and verse 1, it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds." So like that word evil. Actually, I thought about Genesis 27, where it speaks about Esau. By his sword shall he live. So when you look at the word "live" backwards, it's literally evil. Bad time. That's how he has to do evil to live, man.
Yep.
But it says, "and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand."
Yeah, they have the money, they have the resources, and they have the power of the Lord behind them. At the end of the day, they have the Lord on their side.
Verse 2.
Ruleth in the kingdom of men. It's in their power. They have, because remember, the blessing that Isaac gave
Esau.
Edom.
Yeah.
He gave him the blessing of the sword.
Hebrews 11 and 20 says, he said, by faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come.
Woo!
So, yeah.
Damn.
Even
That's heavy. You can't go around it.
Micah 2:2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away.
Yep.
So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
And that's what they do in all these other countries. That's why they had that back in the 50s, Yankee Go Home. You know? I think it was in the 50s. That Yankee Go Home. Get these damn crackers out of our land. They been the fucking problem. You know? Esau is the cancer of the earth. They're poison.
Yeah.
When you go into the word tear in Matthew, you know, the tares is the Edomites. Right. When you go into that word tear, it goes back to the word, I think it's darnel. And then when you research about the darnel plant, it's a poisonous to all the weeds and the seeds around. Wow. So it kills the other. Somebody look that up. Go to tear, and I believe it was in Matthew 13, right? Well, Matthew, I don't know if it's 13, but it's Matthew.
13 and 30.
Yeah. Okay, just look up the Greek word tear, and see what words are in there.
So in that, it is a reason why the tear must be separated. And that's the reason why.
It's like a poisonous plant, a weed. It's a weed. Right. It says it's weeds that look like, no. It's weeds that look like wheat. So at a certain period of time, they do look the same when they grow.
Right.
But then the tear or the darnel or the lookalike wheat, it grows in a different way, but it takes a minute for it to change. Okay. And that right there is poisonous to all the crops that surround the weeds and the plants and stuff.
That's why the Lord said, let them grow together.
Let them grow together. For a certain period of time, they're going to look alike, but then there's going to be a clear distinction. Go ahead. Whoever got it, go ahead.
This is the definition of tares in the Greek. This is Strong's G 2215. Mm-hmm. I think it's Zizanian. It says a kind of darnel.
There we go, darnel. Yep.
Resembling wheat.
Hold on, slow down. Because remember, this is tear. We're dealing with the tares and the wheat. It resembles wheat, but it ain't wheat. Go ahead.
Resembling wheat, except the grains are black. It also says false grain.
Okay, that's all we need to know. Now go look up the darnel. Go ahead.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Right. Go ahead, Thabo. I'm talking about. Give me a description of what it does.
Okay. So I looked up. Okay, right. So I looked up, is darnel a poisonous plant? It says yes, darnel lolium satimulentum is a poisonous grass.
Yep, that's how you say it. Yep.
Often called poisonous darnel or tares, known for its intoxicating effects and resemblance to wheat, with toxicity coming from an androphytic fungus and its seeds causing symptoms like dizziness, nausea, and vision problems.
So the Esau of the plants.
And then it says in the Bible it's referred to as corruption. Yeah.
What does it do to other plants around it? That's the Edomite of the plants, man.
Yeah. So I looked up what does it do to other plants around it. It says yes, darnel is a poisonous grass toxic to humans and livestock due to an endophytic fungus that infects its seeds, causing symptoms like dizziness, vomiting, and even death. It acts as a competitive weed, harming crops by mimicking them and being hard to separate.
That's Esau.
Esau
did what? He go around and see still identity.
Mimicking.
Even though man,
That's Esau. That's Esau of the plants, man.
It's heritage.
Yeah,
that's wild. The Lord raw, boy. I tell you that.
Yeah. He became the Native Americans and shit.
Right. $5, nigga. I can be $5 to become an Indian. Damn.
You're the last samurai.
Right.
This is a parasitic weed that's hard to separate. growing together until a final separation.
Into a final separation. That's that's gonna be that separation in the end time. Let them grow together. Yeah, that's wild right there, boy.
But the fact that it said it's a competitive like nature to compete with the other crops and then a poison.
To kill them.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But that's Esau.
That is, yeah.
That's him forcing his ways upon him. You know?
Through injuries, which is got by the sea. That's that. Go back to that Micah 2. Start it again from the beginning.
This is Micah, the 2nd chapter and the 1st verse, titled "Woe to Oppressors! Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it."
Yep, evil upon their beds when everybody is sleeping. You know, where everybody is unaware. Like I just seen something. Damn, I gotta go back to it. I don't know who posted it up earlier. I was watching it. It was something about Trump. Or something about Alex Jones. It was something about something. Damn. But they just passed a law. They just passed something during the when the ball dropped. They passed it right then and there. You know what I'm saying? They passed it right right as soon as the new year came in is when the law had got solidified. You know? So that's working evil upon their beds. And you see they making that ball drop and shit for the last 4 years has been nothing but fucking folly and freak shit. They got that Don Lemon head maggot, remove the M and replace it with an F. All right. This nigga is they got him drunk all over goddamn live and shit now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody drunk and laughing and yeah, you don't watch the shit?
No, I ain't seen that.
Yeah, they've been doing it for the last couple of years. They had Don Lemonhead and them people, they be drunk doing the news during the ball dropping.
I seen it last
Just the other day, the nigga had the mic upside down. He was talking in it, and then they was like the mic, and then they was drunk.
I seen that. Yeah, I seen that. I thought it was, yeah. That's right.
So you know what I think about America?
They was drunk. They been taking shots and shit. So Babylon is through.
Yeah, definitely.
Babylon is over with, man. Go ahead.
It
Who
says,
got something?
when the morning is light, they practice it.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Because they got all the folly in your face. You know what I'm saying? They got all the folly in the entertainment. Now the news became entertainment. You know? Since when do the news become entertainment? And then they got now they got the news on Instagram where they, you know, doing jokes and you know what I'm saying, all type of crazy shit. The news is supposed to report on serious situations. That's why the news is supposed to update on what's going on. But here they having trends for the newscasters, dancing for the newscasters.
Yeah, I remember that. Newscaster dancing and shit.
They still doing the shit. Now they became the news anchors have became like celebrities.
Right. Yeah.
It's the Edomite dude. I think he a Jake though with the black bitch.
Yeah, they be dancing.
No, I be dancing. They be, you know, he be saying some goofy ass shit with the black bitch. Bitch fine as hell. But I think he a Jake though. He a little too smooth. Probably Edomite. Who knows? Who gives a fuck? But the point is, they just got everything about folly. You know.
I mean, look at the timing. If I may, the timing of this whole Venezuela thing. Today and tomorrow you have the wild card, the NFL games.
Oh yeah.
Everybody gonna be locked on,
Yep.
in on that shit. So everybody looked at the Venezuela shit, but then later on they finna get drunk.
They finna focus right on football.
And your favorite team gonna win and shit.
Right.
Yep.
You know?
But that's what you should be worried about. That's what you should be worried about. what's going on over there with Venezuela and all of them, and you know, catching up on that news. They finna switch that shit off to a nigga throwing a pork skin motherfucking in a goddamn field goal.
Like a 2-in-1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Mm-hmm. And another part of that devising iniquity is the propaganda, the folly that they have out here. The bread and circuses is another part of their devising iniquity, so they can do what they need to do. But that's a clear sign of an empire falling. It's the same repeat of Rome. When things begin to collapse, the infrastructure begins to collapse. All right, the money began to get devalued. The same thing happened back then too. Their money got devalued. The morals of the people became corrupted.
Yeah, they stopped circulating the penny.
Mm-hmm.
Like last week or something like that. Yep. They could buy now. You can buy a penny, a special edition penny now.
That's wild.
Yep.
Yeah. And another sign of a collapse of the empire, similar to that of Rome, was they spread their army too thin.
Yep, I was thinking of that too.
Yep.
Seeking power.
So now they got Venezuela, what they gonna do? They gonna put military troops, American military troops over there. It's been a hostile takeover. They're gonna set up a puppet. You know, unless they fight back and take it back, highly doubt it.
Yeah, it's starting.
It's been took.
Puppet.
It's been took.
It's over.
The puppet, he already right there. He was just sitting in the chair, just waiting for it. Y'all got that nigga now? All right, cool. He was already waiting on the nigga to get caught. He already knew the nigga was finna get caught. He ain't flying nobody in. The nigga already there.
He probably told them where he was.
You got double agents around this motherfucker.
Yeah, no, they were saying that they, even among the people they put out like a hit, or not a hit, but whoever captures them type of shit.
50 million.
Yeah, about it. So his own people probably getting.
You know, Jake always selling out. Asher ain't no damn different. You got sellouts among all the nations. Losers. Fucking losers. Go ahead.
Finishing this off, it says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Yeah, they gotta see that shit live in color. They got what do you call it? Live drills.
Yeah.
You know, they do live drills, man. They getting the reaction of the people. Now they have all access to check the Googles to see what people researching. Yeah. Check the Chat GPT. Check the Crunk, whatever it's called. Check every social media outlet to see who's talking about it now. So they generating all this intel and information on what the people view and how they think about it, and that's gonna be an easy for the tracking for Blue Force, Red Force tracking.
Yeah.
Esau covering everything.
Yeah.
Can I read this in the NLT Bible show?
Go ahead.
Micah 2-in-1, New Living Translation. What sorrow awaits you who lie awake at night, thinking up evil plans? You rise at dawn and hurry to carry them out, simply because you have the power to do so.
That's it. We're going to do it at this time, this date, because this is when the winter solstice hits. This is when we got to pray to such and such. We just hit the winter solstice.
Yeah.
So this was an agenda.
This became
Roman god Janus.
They always do something around this.
It's the winter solstice.
I can't remember what they did. They did do something because of the winter.
So this all look. This looked like it was a setup. It was a whole. It was an agenda. It was a part of that mother. They pulled the fucking lever. Venezuela, you're up.
Right. Because they among them leaders, they are part of the same fraternity. Order,
It's all theater, man.
Sorority order. It don't even fucking matter.
It's all theater, man.
You know, and all they need is a generated crisis to happen here, whether it be a terrorist attack or something that goes so they can blame somebody, so they can like go and start using Palantir to track with people saying, "Oh, you're an enemy of the state. You're an enemy of the state. You're an enemy of the state."
This nigga is crazy.
That's what's gonna happen.
Esau's a motherfucker,
That's what they
boy.
did with the whole Times Square thing. You know, that's why they weren't allowing people to come around it, because they were saying that there was threats, you from such and such.
They be cutting people's jobs too, cutting people's channels, cutting people's jobs, and all of that type of stuff. That's what's coming. Remember that Jewish lady was on the podium talking that mess, you know. So that's what's coming for the foreseeable future. They're gonna try to attack your,
Yeah, it's gonna be a digital stamp for like shame or something like that. They said it's gonna follow you all around. Like if you say anything about the small or disagree with the government, it's actually gonna follow you around digitally.
Yeah.
So any job interviews, you go to a child support hearing or something, anything.
A red flag, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, that's a part of the protocol.
Yeah.
What did it just say?
That's a part of the protocol. Salakia. In the protocol, in the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, it says that they're going to create they're going to create it says, like, remember, they got their agents, their clerks, their people all over the place, and they're gonna create situations where they're gonna have some of their people come up against them so they can bring in the law. You know, ain't nobody really they are now, but like far as like attacking, people just saying things, but like far as like going out, we're finna go KILL, the JOOs and or do this and do that. Those are all orchestrated hits, so they can have that. Oh, this is what they're doing against. So they can push the narrative.
Well, that's what was it say? They just said something about limiting the First Amendment, right? Y'all hear about that?
Yeah, I seen it.
Yes, it was just put out there on the news or something.
Yeah.
That someone in the politics said that
they should limit.
They should limit it. Oh, they didn't put it in the atmosphere now.
Yep.
And they've been going after it too.
But it was specifically,
Yeah.
It was specifically towards anti, you know what?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Man, they all over the place. They pulling the string.
But goddamn, so don't. But they making it blunt. Like, y'all can't touch us.
Right.
Everybody can say they little shit, but what they gonna do? You still can't touch us. And now the MAGAs is getting mad because they like, wait a minute. What in the fuck?
But it shows you who they're gonna go after next.
Yeah.
They're gonna go after their own next.
Yep.
See, this and it don't just stop at Jake. It's gonna go full circle.
No, Esau don't care about his own people.
That's it.
I'm gonna look at research on that because I'm pretty sure, like the elder went into earlier when we first started, that America's divided with this Venezuelan,
Already, yeah, of course. I just seen one of the MAGA persons. He said, "You said we wasn't going to war."
Yeah.
That was his promise. His promise was not going to fucking war.
And being the peaceful president, like the only peaceful president, he started like 6 wars. He bombed.
Yep.
You know. But that's a politician for they a bunch of
Come on now.
They're professional liars.
I lied.
And these people are so fucking stupid because they fall for it every 4 years.
We got the best military. No one can touch us.
Very strongly.
One of his main laws was he was going to be for America first.
Yeah.
You know, but then now
I never seen anybody can do what we can do.
No, he actually said that today.
Oh, for real?
He said that today because he had to. He was in Florida.
Yeah, he had to address what happened.
He had to
today.
address and shit.
Yeah.
We went in there. We had a plan. The plan worked. It executed perfectly.
Phenomenal.
Very strong.
Yeah.
And look, he took credit. He said, under my orders.
Yeah.
He said all that.
And he pretty much told you they taking over. They taking over.
Yeah,
They taking the oil. They finna make money off of it.
That nigga bombing Nigeria on Christmas Day.
What the fuck you doing? Like, this nigga just going crazy.
He said they was like, this ain't even where it's from.
He said jingle bomb.
Jingle bombs. We did it. Those are good bombs. It's good military. That nigga all about himself. It's always an I did it.
Right.
Yeah, you keep on saying it. You did it. Yeah, that's why you gonna get judged, nigga.
Hey, did y'all see what's his name? The commentator dude that he was speaking about the elder Malcolm did a lesson on it.
Yeah.
Dealing with what's his name? It ain't Charlie Kirk. It's that nigga that's that walked past the elders and said he wasn't who he was. What's his name?
Oh, you talking about Tucker bitch ass Carlson.
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker bit.
Tucker bitch ass Carlson.
Yeah, he was going in on the tiny hats, bro.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, he's like, you're either siding with God or he was like,
Man,
there's
shut
no
your fake
side
Christian
you're supposed to be picking but God's side. He was going in about how they murdering everybody. He said no Christian should be with them, and the crowd was a mixed crowd, and you got some people applauding.
Are you what you call that? Sedition?
Yeah.
Are you rousing the people up, sir?
Because basically, he the way he was doing it, it's like, yeah, them tiny hats is gonna go after him next.
Yeah, or not. That nigga, he's in control of opposition too.
I was about to say that.
Look, anybody on TV, all them niggas are control opposition.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson is a motherfucking agent.
Yeah.
He's a double agent. You know what I'm saying? That nigga, he ain't.
But anyway, he got motherfuckers roused up.
Yeah.
Like,
Push that
pick a
sedition.
side
Yeah,
type
push
shit,
that sedition. That's what he doing. Push the sedition.
All right, preset.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 12 and verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
That's it.
And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
That's it. So it's orchestrated and it's actual literal. You got people that is actually seeing what's happening, and they not fucking with Babylon.
Right.
And then you have those of Alex Jones crew. You know, the Alex Joneses. You know, that's control opposition,
Yeah,
and they bringing out good ass information.
Yeah. I want to see what he got to say, because that nigga trump everything.
Yeah. Damn, I just think Apostle Tahari just did like a 10-minute video on it today.
Real? Okay.
Alex Jones was it was somebody basically was saying what they did shouldn't have happened, and he was it was like 10 minutes, so I didn't see the entirety of it.
Check it out. Right.
So Apostle Tahari's lesson was only 10 minutes, so he didn't show the entirety of the interview on the InfoWars. So
Verse 26.
yeah, let's see what Alex Jones. How can you combat this shit, nigga?
Right.
Go ahead,
Verse 26, red letter.
What happened to the globalist? What happened to the globalist?
The prison planet.
Yeah, nigga, what happens to that shit? You fucking bitch. Them niggas, man, they just like they whole morals don't even make sense.
Right.
Like, what the fuck, nigga?
Oh, he's a PDF file.
Man, these
I don't
dudes.
believe it. No. He was, That's
that nigga be snapping. Alex Jones has became a madman, dude. Go ahead.
Matthew 12 and 26, red letter. It says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself.
Yeah, Esau versus Esau. Hey, get Egyptian versus Egyptian. Because that's the point. That's where we coming. Somebody get that. Was it Isaiah 19?
It says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself.
Mm-hmm.
How then shall his kingdom stand?
Yeah, this kingdom is going to go down. This is where we at. That's why Ecclesiastes says that you look out of the windows that be darkened. You see? If your windows is darkened, you can't see. There's no future. You know? Go ahead. The future for Babylon, how Esau wants it, is everyone in captivity. That's the future. You see? They push this future hope. You can retire. You can live. You know, you can be free. But that was really just for a certain people, a certain time period. See, that was the illusion that they created from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, you know, and that was just for those Edomites to get well off, you know. And then when the 70s, 80s, 90s, that dream began to crumble. You see, but you got people still thinking about that same fucking dream. People still on the same shit. Get a good career, a house, you know what I'm saying? A good job and a house.
Yeah.
That's all people, a house.
He just had a Jake complaining about, man, everything y'all
Mortgage and
yeah, he was like basically breaking down everything y'all do. All y'all do is teach everybody how to hate a motherfucker. You know, he said y'all not the American dream and all that shit is bullshit. Y'all just teach a motherfucker to hate who to hate next.
Yep,
you know,
that's a fact.
I gotta find it. Man.
You got something?
Who I got Isaiah 19.
Go ahead.
If I may, because the kingdom is going to be a world without end, right? So Psalm 16:11 says that thy right hand was pleasures forevermore.
Kind.
So, but over years, like it's just the same shit. It's like a simulation, a repeated cycle.
Yep.
You know, you go to high school, go to college. Boom.
That's it.
It's just same bullshit.
That's it.
Yeah, and then you're supposed to. They want you to believe the bullshit lie.
They've covered everything. You know? They covered the college. They covered the careers. They covered the niggerdom. Yep. We're gonna just put these niggas over here in hip hop and they can create their culture and kill each other, murder each other. All right, we're gonna create this world of politics. You know, we're gonna divide the politics. That means that it's gonna divide the people. They got everything blocked off and lock. What they say, lock, stock, and barrel. You know, that's Esau. He created all these miniature worlds in this bitch. If you go into all these worlds, he has created all these different fields. You know?
That's why when you grow up, you're always wanting to be somebody else. And you can never find your purpose because it's like you're cornered basically your whole life.
This is the only thing. This is liberty. This is the liberty that we have. Somebody get that. The liberty that we have in Yahweh. We got this is the true liberty. And it says that they shall spy out our liberty. We're talking about something far more better than this. We're talking about the kingdom of heaven. That's our liberty. There's no liberty here. And somebody look up the word liberty. Y'all cold getting heated up in this motherfucker. I'm feeling it. He said, I don't care what move you bust. Remember that? You gotta move back and forth. He said, can we move back and forth? He said, I don't care what move you bust. Right. Who got whatever?
This the etymology definition for the word liberty. It says free choice, freedom to do as one chooses.
We can't even do that. You got to get a license to drive. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to get permission to leave the country. Like, damn, I can't even leave out of the country. I got to be stuck in the country. I got to get a passport to leave out the country, and then I got to pay for the fucking passport just so I can leave. I thought I had liberty. No, nigga, you a slave. I'll give you access, and then you got to renew that shit, nigga.
What is it called? Privileges.
Yeah, right, privileges. Yeah. What it say in Apocrypha? It says licenses, but it said since we have left, the Greeks, they gave us the licenses. Yep, licenses. Yeah, meaning basically like you just said. Go ahead.
For liberty, the definition it also reads freedom from the bondage of sin. That's going back to what you said about coming into this ministry.
Yep, we got liberty, man, because we ain't bound by that shit. Because that's why this is a part of the reason why the Lord told us to depart. Micah 2, it says depart, for this is what is it? This is not your rest. That's in Micah 2, right? Depart, because every world in this world will corrupt you. It is greatly polluted. Every field in Babylon has nothing to do with Yahweh Shem El Shai. You know, so we have true liberty when we have these scriptures, man. Because everything else Esau has created.
Yeah.
That's why we supposed to the tax. You see these niggas that got caught up with podcasting and trendings and things of that nature. You didn't get caught into Esau's trap. You got caught into the entertainment.
That's it. Going back and forth over useless ass goddamn point.
You didn't get caught.
This ain't nothing to go back and forth. It's either you hear it, you take heed or you don't.
That shit feel weird seeing Captain Cesario break down the scriptures at that table with on that podcast amongst all of those unfucking believers. I'm like, they don't care about nothing you saying.
Casting your pearls before swine. That's the very definition. What he did is the very definition.
Yeah,
and the scripture said, "Blessed is he."
Put that nigga head right next to that scripture. Put what of them little what they be wearing them little
the armband.
Yeah, put the ISUPK wristband on that scripture.
You know what not to talk about say every time that nigga tell a lie, he grow another tooth. You like got 1,000 teeth.
Nigga need to get some braces, Cap. Cap, you need some braces, bro.
Oh no, he did. He's like, man, I thought there was only like, he said like 30 something on the teeth in your mouth. He said something like that. But this man, every time he says something, just more teeth.
That nigga talking too much. Talk so much you get to growing extra teeth. God damn. Go ahead.
It says freedom, liberty, free will.
There ain't no such thing as free will, player.
It says civil or political freedom. Condition of a free man.
That's it right there. Condition of a free man. Yeah, we free men.
Because nothing of the world can take hold of us and keep us captive. Even if we in captivity.
Yeah, we got liberty through Yahushua.
There you go.
Yep.
And we gonna overcome this devil through the blood of Yahushua.
Yep.
You know?
Who got something else? We get like 2 more precepts.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Real quick, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
That's it. And this entire world is in a state of mourning. The entire world, man. See?
Uprisings against the government.
Yep. All throughout history, has always been an uprising. You know? An uprising against the government. There ain't gonna be no uprising against the Yahushua's kingdom. There ain't gonna be no uprising there. Everybody gonna be on one accord, beginning with the elect of the nation of Israel.
Yeah. No Edomites escaping after 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Trying to war with us. World War IV. Sounds good.
World War IV.
Sounds like a good plot twist, but no.
Yeah, it sounds like a good movie.
Right.
You know.
Let's break free.
Yeah,
weapons against us.
It's like at the end, you had the credits and shit, right? And everything go in, and then you do, Marvel, it'd be like another scene and shit. Esau just find a sword. You know what I'm saying? He just found some shit like as he in slavery, get his ass whooped. This nigga digging into some shit, and he found a sword, the sword of all swords. You know what I'm saying? And then the movie cuts off like a to be continued. No, nigga, that is not happening in this movie. You gonna graduate in that white t-shirt.
That's gonna happen, but it's gonna be us putting illusions inside of his head, thinking that he found a way out.
Nigga.
Oh, we gonna fuck Esau.
Esau was fucked up, man.
Yeah. He's running psychological operations on us since we've been in this.
Right. Go ahead. This is the last one.
It's Ecclesiasticus 10:10. The physician cutteth off the long disease, and he that today is a king, tomorrow shall die.
That's it. That's it. Yahushua is coming to take the crowns. Yeah, that's why he's known as the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. So with that, I'd like to give all glory and honor and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakudash.
Devon Apostle, that was the great millstone. Citation, document of full corpus and its truth. Love, diligence, respect, for and trembling. Shalom, Abba, Ball. How you cut this shit off? How you cut your shit off?
Press N. Is the phone filled?
Oh, there you go. And god damn.
Phone was holding up.